Phobias A through Z. An irrational fear of something unlikely to cause harm. But phobias to some are very real. Phobias. Be afraid. Phobias. The word stems from the Greek word phobos, which literally means fear or horror. When someone has a phobia, they experience an intense panic or fear of an object or situation. Many people have phobias so badly, they interfere with a person's schooling, home life, or work. People with a certain phobia try to avoid the source of that phobia at all cost. Welcome to Laddercat Productions, the place for health, science, fun, and in this video, unclear reality. Alfred Hitchcock was one of the masters of creating cinematic phobias on film. You experience the fear along with Jimmy Stewart's character, John Ferguson, who portrays an ex-cop with a fear of heights. Or what about the more recent butterfly effect, which is so surreal, as it displays chaos theory, where a small change in a small thing in the past has huge ramifications for the present and future, so excellently portrayed by Ashton Kutcher as Evan Treborn. What about those that have no incident in their present life to explain the phobia? A death or incident in a past life? I've often wondered about this. Imagine yourself standing on a high ledge of a building. You have enough ledge to stand on, yet you look down and your heart starts to race a mile a minute. You're sweaty and afraid and dizzy. Acrophobia, the fear of heights, is all too real in a situation like this. You're in an airplane and the plane is taken over by terrorists. You wonder about the captain flying the plane. You think of your kids, your spouse, your loved ones. Then you see it. The plane is about to hit one of the Twin Towers in New York. You have seconds to live. Everything goes black and suddenly, you're a child again. Your parents want to fly to visit grandma and all you know is you can't get on that plane. You have aerophobia, fear of flying. Just like Alex Browning played by Devon Sawa in Final Destination, you feel your life will end if you board that plane. Once when I was about 12, I spent the night at a friend's house. My friend's brother sleepwalks and goes outside, and when he returns inside, he leaves the door open. Meanwhile, you're in your sleeping bag and your friends are in theirs. You're sound asleep, then you feel all these small legs walking all over you, some wanting your blood to lay its eggs. You scream and brush the spiders off of you as fast as you can. Now, you have arachnophobia, fear of spiders. Now, you and Ron Weasley have something in common when you're asked by Hagrid to follow the spiders. You're about 5 years old, asleep in your bed, and are awakened by a storm filled with thunder and lightning. You cry for your mom and dad because something is out there, outside your bedroom window, and it is angry. It is coming for you. You are experiencing astrophobia, fear of thunder and lightning. You recently divorced. At first, it is great. No longer is there someone telling you how to live your life. You can watch what you want on TV. You can play the videos you want to play or listen to the music you want to hear. Then suddenly, it hits you. And it hits you hard. You are alone. You go to a restaurant to eat and you're the only one sitting by yourself. The fear begins to set in. You must be with someone. Anyone to be with is better than being alone. You are experiencing autophobia, fear of being alone. Have you ever been in the Missouri Gateway Arch, where you're sitting in a small module with a ceiling you can touch and no room to your side because other people are going to the top of the arch with you? The module rocks back and forth, taking you to the top, then it just stops. You think you're going to die, or you're on an elevator overly full of people and you're watching the lit numbers as the elevator moves, while in prayer, those doors will eventually open up. You are experiencing claustrophobia, fear of confined or crowded spaces. You're a good person. You always help others but suddenly you can't move or can't think. You're a witness to an automobile accident and the injured are bleeding. You watch the blood pouring out all over their body, and suddenly things go dark and you wake up on the ground. You've just experienced hemophobia or fear of blood. As a kid, you go swimming and the water starts to feel thicker and you panic and start fighting against the water. Next thing you know, an adult has pulled you out of the water and you cough and cough, water coming out of your mouth with each cough. Now, you feel you will never go swimming again. It's too dangerous. You just experienced hydrophobia or fear of water. You're in a room talking to your friend. You're drinking a soda and you put your cup down on a glass coffee table. Suddenly, something in the table slithers. You run, screaming away as fast as you can. Snakes have sharp fangs. Snakes make puncture wounds, which are highly painful. Some are poisonous, and they slither, they hiss, and even the devil disguised himself as a snake to trick Adam and Eve. You and the snake were never meant to coexist. You have ophidiophobia, or fear of snakes. You never felt comfortable around dogs or other animals. They don't like you. They can bite or harm you. You have zoophobia, fear of animals. Anyway, you now get the idea. To some, these fears are real and a constant challenge. Hope this video helps you to understand phobias better. Just for fun, here are a few more phobias. Acluophobia, fear of darkness. Algophobia, fear of pain. Amaxophobia, fear of riding in a car. Androphobia, fear of men. Aphanphosphobia, fear of being touched. Arithmophobia, fear of numbers. Ataxophobia, fear of disorder or untidiness. Atelophobia, fear of imperfection. Atichophobia, fear of failure. Bacteriophobia, fear of bacteria. Cacophobia, fear of ugliness. Cataptrophobia, fear of mirrors. Coulrophobia, fear of clowns. Cyberphobia, fear of computers. Cynophobia, fear of dogs. Dentophobia, fear of dentists. Distichophobia, fear of accidents. Ailurophobia, fear of cats. Entomophobia, fear of insects. Ephibophobia, fear of teenagers. Equinophobia, fear of horses. Gamophobia, fear of marriage. Glossophobia, fear of speaking in public. Gynophobia, fear of women. Hypochondria, fear of illness. Latrophobia, fear of doctors. Lilapsophobia, fear of tornadoes and hurricanes. Lochiophobia, fear of childbirth. Misophobia, fear of dirt and germs. Necrophobia, fear of death or dead things. Noctiphobia, fear of the night. Nosocophobia, fear of hospitals. Obesophobia, fear of gaining weight. Ornithophobia, fear of birds. Pathophobia, fear of disease. Philophobia, fear of love. Phobophobia, fear of phobias. Pteromorhinophobia, fear of flying. Pyrophobia, fear of fire. Samhainophobia, fear of Halloween. Scolionophobia, fear of school. Selenophobia, fear of the moon. Somniphobia, fear of sleep. Tachophobia, fear of speed. Technophobia, fear of technology. Venustrophobia, fear of beautiful women. Verminophobia, fear of germs. Wiccaphobia, fear of witches and witchcraft. Xenophobia, fear of strangers or foreigners. Thank you for watching our video. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time!